How are you going to develop leaders? I mean, if you're really serious about it, how are you going to develop your leaders? Whether they're existing leaders or new leaders, how are you going to develop them? Hi, I'm Scott Gress, leadership coach. So how are you going to develop leaders? It's a pretty important thing. It's been said that leaders think strategy, great leaders think people development. So how are you going to develop those leaders? What are you actually going to be doing when you develop those leaders? Are you going to give them a book? Are you going to teach a class? Are you going to send them to a class? How's that really going to work? It needs to be relevant and timely, and people have to feel like it's going to make a difference in order for them to be engaged and to be transformed through it. And how many of us haven't been to some class and we have a 3-ring binder on our shelf that's at the same place that we put it in when we first got home from the class? Didn't really make a difference. So what are we actually going to be doing if we want to develop leaders? Well, real transformation takes place through experience. It's been said that 70% of leadership development is through experience. But it can't just be any experience. It has to be the right kind of experience. It has to be debriefed experience. When I first got to Trinity in Delray Beach, I remember we were talking about getting some new teachers, and the principal at the time said something that made a deep impact on me. He said, we can get teachers with 28 years of experience, or we can get teachers with 1 year of experience that's just been repeated 28 times. So the key is debriefing that experience so that it can be transformative and can really develop the people. So how can you incorporate that into your work, into your ministry, and being intentional and serious about developing people? Well, first of all, identify those events and those activities that take place in your ministry. The key worship services, Christmas and Easter, and those people that are involved. How about those regular and ongoing events like Sunday school, maybe summer VBS, maybe that annual event, maybe the community outreach activities, and identifying all the people that are involved in those things. Then, after they take place, sit down with those folks and debrief what happened. Come up with the lessons that were learned so that those experiences can make a difference in transforming and shaping the people. For example, ask, what happened? What did we learn? What do we want to be sure to do next time? What do we want to be sure to avoid next time? Ask, did what we do get us closer to our ministry objective or our ministry goal? Do you even have ministry goals? If it didn't, what would we have added that would have made the difference? What could we have added? How are we going to be different next year? How are we going to remember to do this different next year? What are we going to commit to? What are we going to be aware of that might get in the way of us just repeating what we did this year and not doing it differently? All kinds of questions that you can ask to debrief that experience, to learn from it so that things will actually be different, so that you're really serious and intentional about growing and developing people. Is it going to take time? Yeah. But do you have any other bigger goal than to develop people? Isn't that what discipleship is really all about anyway? We're in the people development business, and that's a priority. So it's worth the investment so that things will get better, so that more people will be touched with the good news of Jesus Christ. If you'd like to talk about this, I'd love to talk to you. Contact me by telephone or send me an email at scottgress@me.com. Love to sit down and talk to you about it and give you a sample coaching session. Thanks for watching.